Welcome back to the Wildest Ride podcast. On this episode, we're going to talk about the big overseas expansions coming to the UK and to Abu Dhabi. I am your host, Brian California, and with me today, Big Texas.
Hey, howdy, hey, what's going on, everybody?
What's happening?
I'm just in an undisclosed location in Orlando, just hanging out with my dogs.
Oh, that's cool.
You got one dog who's snoring. She is so loud when she snores. Luckily, I have my earphones in, so I don't know if you can hear it.
You hear it a little bit, but it's not too bad.
You have another dog he just enjoys life. He just be playing and stuff like that.
Yeah. You know what? Nobody lives better lives than dogs, man. I'm just saying.
Dude, I wish sometimes I was a dog.
But then you can't get on roller coasters.
Dude, okay, but the other trade-off is I don't have to work.
True.
Somebody can feed me.
True.
I can sleep whenever I want,
Yeah. You're selling me on this dog thing.
I think it's a pretty good life, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
You know what? Somebody gets to pet me, tell me I'm a good boy. They give me treats.
Well, on the flip side of that, though, then you're depending on somebody else at all times.
Well, I depend on my wife, so I don't see what the problem is here.
Oh, so what you're saying is you're just living the best life. Okay, gotcha. But anyway, we're going to be talking about the two massive announcements. We haven't gotten to the UK Universal Park yet. This is old news at this point in comparison to what's been coming out.
Real quick, before you even touch on that, is there anything you want to talk about news-wise that maybe that kind of got swept under the rug before we get into the expansions?
There was one thing I saw today, which was kind of random. The Frisco, Texas Universal Parks, they started building roller coasters. Like
baby roller coasters?
Baby roller coasters, dude.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I probably would never step foot in that park, so.
Well, you never know,
If I have kids, sure. I mean, Texas is where I'm from, so I guess I shouldn't say never.
If I can go to Chuck E. Cheese without a kid, I'm going there.
Dude, why not just go to Dave & Buster's?
Well, it was just a nostalgia trip, so we were just like, let's just walk in there and see what it's like. And it's not great. It's not great.
I think I was just having a conversation with my wife about Chuck E. Cheese. I was like, dude, Chuck E. Cheese was the shit when I was the kid. Like that was the place to be when you're 5 years old. There was one game I used to play all the time, which I could probably still, if I really try hard, I could probably find it now and continue playing. It was the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade game, and I was hooked on that thing. But now we got Dave & Buster's, so the world still continues.
Yeah, but they don't have games like they used to, man.
Dude, you could drink at Dave & Buster's. What are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, but they have their games aren't what they used to be.
Bro, all I need is an air hockey machine, and I'm good.
It's not when you're facing me, dude.
Huh?
So not when you face me.
Dude, you can ask my family. We used to own an air hockey machine at our house, actually, and I was undefeated, never lost.
Damn. It's because you never came to California to play me.
Dude, I all I need is give me 5 minutes, and it would have been like I never left the air hockey table.
It's a wrap, huh?
Now, one game I do suck at is pool. I cannot play pool to save my life.
Let's go play pool, dude.
But that's what a pool shark would say.
Oh boy, here we go. You got Uncle Philip. You're gonna Uncle Philip on me.
I don't really play pool. I kind of suck.
Jesus.
I would say all I need is the air hockey machine, and all I need is that basketball game, and I'm set.
Yeah, that's fun. It was like ESPN all over again.
And if I could throw skee ball, that's all I need. All I need is those 3 games, and I'm having the time of my life. And as long as they keep bringing me Long Island iced teas, Moscow mules, I'm okay.
Yeah, you're gonna start shooting it into the other hoop, though. Continue to drink all that stuff,
brother. I don't get drunk. I really I don't feel the effects of like drunkenness the way other people feel effects of being drunk. Like, I don't feel like all Lucy is stupid. Honestly, I just get really tired.
Gotcha. Well, did you have any news that you wanted to touch on?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about, because it's May. We're not in the May. I say we're about in the middle of May, and June approaches rainy season for us in Orlando, and we're already starting to feel the effects now. And one thing I noticed for Epic is I saw some pictures and some Twitter posts going around is, when it's raining over there, there's really only like a certain amount of rides available that you can do. And so I'm a little concerned for Epic's opening day. Right now they're kind of going through some trial and tribulations. Rides not want to cooperate with them. Apparently, you have until the 10th to go ride Ministry of Magic. After that, for the rest of the technical rehearsals, they're shutting it down. Which I get it, because I think they were only running that ride on 10% capacity.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
So honestly, you could probably make the argument that what was the point of having the ride open at all? Just get it ready for opening day.
I think they're really just trying to figure out all the little kinks. So they're going to have to run it regardless. So why not put people on it and give people a preview? The reason why this is like a month and a half long preview, and they're just doing it to get the kinks out before opening day, because right now they can just tell you, hey, it's a preview, like this isn't, they're not, you can't really go in and complain. You can, but
yeah, it's people that honestly are waiting it through guest services. I think you're wasting your time, to be honest with you, because they have a whole bunch of signs to tell you it's a technical rehearsal.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, Universal is the house.
Yeah,
they control what's going on, and you just got to accept it. You know what I mean? They're basically giving you the opportunity to go to their parks when it's not it's not going to reach capacity at this moment, because can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay. Somebody tried calling me. I apologize. Yeah, basically it's skewed to where it's still under preview levels for guests. The lines are not going to be crazy compared to opening day. So the universe is kind of giving you that, where they could open it up for everybody and anybody, So to me, it is what it is. That deal.
Yeah. It's a brand new theme park. Every ride's brand new. So they have, they need all this time to get that prepped. So if you're complaining about it, then, just wait till opening day,
The only thing worth complaining about at Epic Universe, which we talked about, is the fluffiness of the park. But other than that, there really shouldn't be any complaining.
No, not about what's going on with the actual park at the time in terms of operations.
Yeah,
they're figuring all that stuff out. So
hell, even all the restaurants are not even open.
Right. So there's a lot. There's a lot that's I've heard there's even pathways that aren't open yet. So there's just a lot that is you're gonna see more on opening day.
Yeah,
than you've been seeing through these previews.
When I went, I didn't even put two and two together. But I guess that that magic show over at Harry Potter, I don't think it opened.
Oh, when you went?
Well, I read on Twitter, and I could be totally wrong, that it just opened and they were still having issues.
Well, when they did the media preview, it was open. So like early on April, it was definitely open because I've seen people from inside the tent, like the waiting area, and they said they went and watched the show, but like that was media previews. It was, I don't think for previews it's been open.
So when I tried to watch The Untrainable Dragon, it was not open. And I think one of the reasons is because they probably don't have everybody trained, you know?
Yeah. Like instead of training your dragon, how about you train your employees? Jesus.
Well, it's just like the theater people, like people that you really need to run a show. Yeah. Like, okay, for instance, I used to work at a certain theater show. And if you had a major component missing, they were not going to run the show until they had that major component. And sometimes it would be they would not have that major component for the whole day, so they were not running a show.
So I wish Indiana Jones Stunt Show would do that.
So, well, a lot of times what they do is they'll go look at other shows. Like if you work at let's say you work at Beauty and the Beast, you might also work at Indiana Jones as well as a backup, or at Finding Nemo as a backup. And so if you're missing, let's say, Indiana Jones, well, then they'll go look around the other shows to see if they can pull those people for Indiana Jones. And what I'm thinking is for that show, they don't have everybody. What they would need to run that show on a full day operation quite yet. I'm sure they're probably going through the training as we speak.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. I mean, everything's brand new. Restaurant, like you're trained. I'm sure you have so many new staff in general, just that have never even worked in it. So there's a lot going on right now.
The way I look at it is, as long as I'm not getting food poisoning, I think I'm okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Long story short, basically, you can't judge the theme park based off your experience, your operational experience during previews. Basically, what's going on.
But one thing that we were talking about in Universal, I don't know if somebody's listening, but they did change park hours for Epic.
They did add an hour. Yeah,
they did add an hour. Did we talk about Volcano Bay at all?
No, we haven't. So apparently they're going into seasonal mode now, huh?
Yeah, which I mean, it's big news, but it really shouldn't be big news because if you think about it, all water parks are seasonal. Right. Even the Disney parks are seasonal. So
the only thing that bums me out about that is every time we go out to Orlando, it's usually early November, late October, and that's when it's kind of scheduled to close. But that's usually been open for us, and staying at like Cabana Bay or Dockside, that was always an option for us just to go to the water park, and it was never full. But now that's kind of an option taken away if we do decide to travel during that time.
I know we speculated off camera, but you think it's because it has to do with Epic Universe's hours why Volcano Bay is getting seasonal?
Oh, they're cutting labor for sure. I don't think they can justify running a water park at half capacity and then try to, you just have a brand new theme park. So they're going to have to cut somewhere. You have to cut. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. I will say here's the big part that sucks the most is that what's the name of that technology that they're using at Volcano Bay that they're accident. Now you have to wait through regular lines.
The Tapu Tapu.
Yeah, I think I've never been to Volcano Bay, but I've heard good things about Volcano Bay. The main reason why I've never been to Volcano Bay, I'm just not a water park guy. It's not my cup of tea. I'm not a beach person. Okay, I just don't like the water.
It's half water, half pee.
But basically, but yeah, I've heard that there was anything that was going for that park was that system, and now for them to kind of do away with that system, I think that kind of sucks, you know.
Yeah, that definitely sucks, and I don't. Do they have queue space? There's going to be a lot of questions. Are they going away with virtual queuing in general, or are they just going away with the wristband? Is my question.
I think they're doing away with virtual queue in general, so you just wait through the regular line.
That's wild.
Yeah, because I thought that was one of the selling points for Volcano Bay.
Yeah, that's a huge and I mean it is what it is. They're the ones they know what they're doing. You know, Universal's been in business, they're growing. They just added a brand new theme park, so I can't argue with them. You know, same thing with Disney. I always give Disney crap, but you know what? Guess what? People are still going. People are still paying a ton of money to go.
So I think Universal's kind of treating it on a week to week, month to month when it comes to Epic Universe hours. So right now, I want to say they added on an hour, but then there's some weeks it's just open from 10 to 10.
Yeah, I think they're really just playing it by ear, based off reaction from people, and I think they really want to see what the crowd levels are like late. So let's say they push it to 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. and they want to see what the crowd levels are at 10 p.m. If it starts slowing down drastically, they'll probably keep it there, or they may even go back to 9 p.m. I just if everybody's still there, then they'll probably even push it to 11. Who knows? But I think that's what they're doing. I think they're just trying to feel out what the park is like when at that time specifically.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I think that park should, at the minimum, 10's better. 10 is better than 9.
Yeah.
I will take that as a win. I think 11 should be the way to go, though. The only reason why I say that is, especially in the summertime, we got to keep in mind rainy season. Some of those rides are gonna lose about an hour or two of not having people in their queues because of the rain and because of lightning. Like right now, it's raining.
Yeah.
So you're gonna lose 2 hours, and what are these people gonna do? They're probably more likely gonna be in the shops and be in the restaurants, you know, trying to avoid the sweat because there's not a lot of things you could do in this park that's not outside. You know, like it's like you covered. There's not a lot of shade here, so where are these people gonna go?
Yeah,
and so now you're gonna towards the end, you're gonna have people that probably maybe only done half of the things because of the rain.
Yeah.
So I think 10 is better than 9.
But, yeah, and the later the better. Obviously, we've seen a lot of. So you send me videos all the time of that park at night. So it's stunning. It's ridiculously beautiful. You can't tell me, you know, like you can't tell me, hey, you're only going to spend 2 hours in the dark at this park, like at night. It's crazy. This park should be open till 12. So. But
yeah, so the rumor there's a rumor once they announce the opening day for the Magic Kingdom nighttime parade that Magic Kingdom was going to move their hours to midnight.
I hope so. That park, man, that should always be a midnight park. You're a resort park. You have people that literally stay in there. Keep it open till midnight.
Dude, it's the summertime. There's no excuse.
You're the biggest theme park in the world, the most crowded theme park in the world. Stay open till 12. Sorry,
I think they are, and I'm noticing that attendance is kind of coming back to the parks, so that's good.
Yeah.
I am waiting to see when they are gonna announce the opening of the parade because I will be there opening day. As long as it doesn't affect with any of these conventions that I'm going to, I will be there first chance I get. Just because I'm a big parade guy. I love the parades. Parades are a big selling point for me. So I'm super excited to see what they got. And I'm also very much excited to see Magic Kingdom if it is true to go back to midnight. Because I'm more of I like going to theme parks at night compared to during the day because I'm like
Right.
this. It's super hot in Florida. If I could get at Magic Kingdom by 8 o'clock and leave like at 12, that's 4 hours. I feel like I can do a lot of 4 hours.
Yeah. I mean,
You
think about
know?
it. If Disneyland can keep their park open from 8 o'clock in the morning to 12 midnight, you could definitely do it in Florida.
Yeah, I don't get their justification here in Florida because they definitely get a lot more. We get a lot more attendance here at Magic Kingdom than any other place, any other theme park in the world.
Yeah.
But yet they're like, no, 10 p.m. is fine for y'all.
It's crazy, right? That's
It don't make any sense.
No, I agree. It doesn't make any sense at all.
You know, especially that Tron still got the fresh coat of paint on it. Tiana still got the fresh coat of paint on it. Give these people the opportunity to ride these rides. For the longest time, you were telling them, "Oh, virtual queue only."
Yeah.
So give them the opportunity to ride the rides.
I just want Epcot to open until midnight.
You
imagine the drunkies at night.
That will never happen unless you buy an after hours ticket, which you can.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
but that will never happen. Historically, Epcot's always closed at 9:30.
Yeah, which is a bummer for me because that is my favorite park out there.
Yeah, I have seen times studios will skew.
It's crazy to think about it like that too, because there's probably the most to see at Epcot in terms of like going and like through all these random places and have like shops and paths that you can go through, and it just closes at 9. It's like, yeah, we're done. We're done for the day.
Yeah. I know the reason why their hours are that they are is because of the bus schedule and stuff like that. They weren't trying to offset the buses. That's why they are the way they are. The Animal Kingdom, whenever they decide they want to make Animal Kingdom a nighttime park again.
I just thought it was the puke in the topiaries. Yeah, it's time for you to go. Yeah, you've had too many German beers here, buddy.
Yeah, but Epcot normally always closes at 9 o'clock. As long as I've lived here, I've always known Epcot to close at 9.
Yeah, I don't. It seems, you know what? To be fair, it doesn't. It's probably best if they did just stay closed at 9. But anyway, let's do a little housekeeping really quick. We have videos that are popping up quite a bit and podcasts that are up. Go listen to them, go subscribe, go do all that stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're just trying, we're just a little channel trying to make it,
a very small channel.
Yeah, but big heart. Sorry, I should have probably cut my mic trying to clear my throat. But you want to jump into these announcements, man?
Yeah.
Well, the first one happened a while back. We just haven't touched on it yet. Universal Studios announced that they're going to be opening a brand new resort in Bedfordshire, England. Don't know where that's at. Just know it's about 2 hours away from London, something like that.
I heard it was actually about like 45 minutes away from London.
Ah, okay. Even better.
I could be wrong. But all I know is, you can just hop on the train.
True. The tube. They call it the tube.
Yeah. One thing I noticed with London, they are very much about commutal. So
I like that.
Yeah.
It's not a big country. Like, it's a big country in terms of stature and world dominance, but it's not a big country in terms of size. It's probably about the size of California, I think.
I'm not so sure, but yeah, it's in Bedford. It's I don't want to say it's long overdue, but this is Universal now trying to be a global competitor.
Right. Yeah, I think this is a good place for them to put a park. I think it keeps them close enough to like Disneyland Paris to kind of take away a little bit of that take a day away from people going to Disneyland Paris.
Well, I would imagine a lot of people that are going to Disneyland Paris are probably a lot of English.
And that's what I'm saying.
So if you're now saying, hey, well, we got this alternative that's actually a lot closer, which one would you choose?
Yeah.
And I'm from outside looking in, Disneyland Paris is a beautiful park. It's not like Disney said, you know what, we don't give a fuck about Disneyland Paris, because they do, just not as much as Disney World or Disneyland.
Right.
But I do see this as people will probably want to go to Universal London more than a Disneyland Paris, or you could be a sicko like me and just do both.
Yeah, I could see me doing a trip, like a little European mini road trip.
I will be in Disneyland Paris in a few weeks.
That's right. Yeah.
So
and
if I'm in London,
through London, so there you
go. I'm going to London, but if I'm in London, I'm going to Disneyland Paris. There's no ifs or buts about it.
Because that's a very quick trip.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just get on the tube, and I think that's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's just quick. That's basically like, it's like going from here to San Diego, from LA to San Diego. So.
And Disneyland Paris is not a big. It's a beautiful park, but it's not a big park. You could do everything in a day. Because not a lot of people go. It's for the most part, I think I waited maybe one major line. Other than that, we got through everything like it was not a problem.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, this park looks like it's gonna be cool. They haven't confirmed IP yet, but there's a lot of speculation going around.
Oh, I think we are. I'm amazed how people are able with concept arts are able to figure out. Oh yeah, this is so and so. I can never do that. But kudos to the people that can do the concept art.
I'm not so sure about some of them though, because this is like this. If there's a definition of blue sky, this is both this one and the one we're about to talk about after are the absolute definition of blue sky.
Well, the one thing about concept art is concept art can always change.
Right.
You don't. They're not putting a gun to your head and say, no, you have to go off of this concept art.
No,
because if we know with Epic Universe, a lot of stuff changed. Like what they initially wanted to do into what they essentially put in the hey, we're breaking ground. This is what we're gonna do.
Yeah. I mean, so let's just go through this concept art real quick. Do you have it up with you?
I do not.
Okay, I'll go through it really quick. And I'll put it up on YouTube here so people can follow along. But anyway, this entrance kind of very reminiscent to, it's like a mixture of Florida and Hollywood. It's got the globe and it's got the same style of columns as Universal Florida does. And it's going to have like that Hollywood street. That's what it looks like, at least. Kind of like a little mini Main Street USA. And then it looks like on either side, it looks like hotels. Like those are big structures. So it's definitely going to have a hotel with it. And then you go around, and what people are speculating is a Back to the Future coaster. I'm not so sure. I get why people think that's Hill Valley, but I don't think that.
I disagree with you. I think that's one of the things you have to open with.
I'm looking at it, and it looks
if they don't do that there, they might as well bring it to Universal Orlando.
I hope so. But the only reason I say that is this facade and this partial of track that you can barely see. There's not a lot of. This partial track alongside this facade that they have for the building looks a lot like Fast and Furious, man. I'm just saying. They might just go cut, like, just basically do what they're going to do in Hollywood with Hollywood Drift.
See, this is where I disagree with you. I think so. The ongoing thing, about Universal London, Great Britain, was that they wanted to try to make it a unique park for Great Britain. So you were gonna get a lot of new stuff that you weren't gonna get in like any other park and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I always found it to be cool because we don't have a Back to the Future. Hell, we don't even have a Back to the Future anything anymore. Right. You know, but if that's something that they could do, like a launch coaster, well, that'd be cool. You know, so that's why I think that's something that sticks. Again, they could change concept art at any moment. Mm-hmm. You know, because there's a rumor about a big IP if they're gonna add it or not, all because of Harry Potter. But we can get to that a little bit later. But yeah. I would think Back to the Future is something that you're probably going to get.
Yeah, most people are guessing Hill Valley. I'm just gonna sit there and wait. I'm gonna be like, just don't get too excited too quick, because trust me, I love Back to the Future. It's my favorite movie franchise. I would love it for it to be Hill Valley. I just don't know if I trust Universal to bring back that, because right now, if you're telling me what's going to make them more money, maybe for me, yeah, I'm gonna buy all the Back to the Future merch. But overall, worldwide, I think Fast and Furious still makes more money. So they're trying to make money here. This isn't like, this is gonna, if they gave us like a fan park, I'd understand.
I will tell you this:
different IPs everywhere, but
Back to the Future still sells.
I was just at an event where it was based off Back to the Future, and I agree with you 100%. But that was a very older crowd. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't know if they're still playing it in the States, but they're still playing it in London. I plan on seeing it in London. They're still doing the Back to the Future musical.
No, I get you. Don't trust me. I understand.
So I still think the nostalgia, and what I'm trying to get at, it still sells. And so I think, what would you consider FanFest to be a success?
Yes, but like I said, anybody that was in Hill Valley, much older crowd. So the children aren't really buying into
that. But okay, to be fair, a launch coaster ain't gonna be for the children.
No, but those children eventually, when this park is built, aren't going to be children anymore.
So you don't think Back to the Future is a timeless movie?
Oh, 100% it is.
There you go.
I'm just saying it looks a lot. That facade looks a lot like like Fast and Furious.
I think Back to the Future has more weight than Fast and the Furious.
Overall, maybe. I just think right now, in current day, I would say Fast and Furious makes more money.
We're at a stalemate right there.
I'm not like I would still probably, a lot of people are guessing Hill Valley, so it could be. There's a good chance it's Hill Valley. I'm just not holding my breath. How about that?
Fair enough.
Then we go. Actually, I skipped a land. Before that, it looks like there's a Paddington land coming. That's what people were putting down here.
Yeah, it seems like something for the kiddos. You do a lot of flat rides right there, and Paddington's it's anonymous with Great Britain, and Paddington's kind of hot right now with the movies and stuff like that. So I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, just
and I'm sure they're gonna do a Paddington meet and greet. That's gonna hit. That's gonna hit like crack.
That's what I'm gonna say. There'll probably be a show and a meet and greet, and these damn kids are gonna go crazy for it. Well, so then back to Hill Valley or whatever you want to call it, and then the next land after that looks like it's gonna be a Jurassic World land, and it looks like it's a dark ride, and I'm hoping and I'm praying that it's the one from Beijing, because that I know you haven't seen a POV of it. But man, that ride looks ridiculous.
I'll probably watch it as soon as we get off the phone.
Yeah, that thing is it's basically you're gonna hate it because it's dinosaurs chasing you, but it's just
You don't have to put my phobias out there for everybody to know.
you put them out there yourself, man. I'm just saying. Ain't no secret, bro.
Yeah, and then the scientists want to bring them back. Good idea.
Okay, great idea. Fantastic. Let's get real ones out here, huh?
Oh my god.
But yeah, so that's what it looks like, and they're gonna have a land hooked onto it. Probably have another ride, maybe a flat ride.
Well, isn't it in the concept art? Wasn't there a concept art of a drop tower?
Right here, I can't really see.
I think it was implied that there was going to be a drop tower.
Kind of does look like a drop tower. So maybe a drop tower and and that dark ride. If they built that dark ride, that's going to be world class, and that'll probably be the most popular ride at that park for sure.
That dark ride is not a water ride.
No. It's a mixture of Transformers and dinosaur at Animal Kingdom.
Oh,
but way more high tech and way more elaborate.
Yeah, I'm all the way good on that.
Dude, I don't think I'll ever go to Beijing. So if they build it in the UK, that's a definite must do for me. But and then you go over and it looks like the stadium for Waterworld, but apparently they're marking it down as a Bond stunt show. So
take my money.
Yeah, that would be
something
awesome.
Yeah, that's something that would work really well over in Great Britain. You know, we don't have anything James Bond's in any of the parks, and I've never seen such a good show for such a bad movie.
Right.
So imagine having a type of show like that for James Bond. That'd be great.
Yeah. What's the worst movie? So is Radiator Springs a better ride and Cars a worse movie, or is Waterworld a better show and Waterworld a worse movie? Like what has a bigger gap?
Probably option B.
I would think so too. Yeah. Even though I do love the movie, Kevin Costner, man, you can't really go wrong with Kevin Costner. But
so I have the concept art as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you got definitely looks like it's definitely a stunt show.
Mm-hmm.
We know that for sure.
Yep.
I would say it's probably James Bond.
Yeah, I would hope so. That'd be something really cool. To kind of hear that score in a theme park setting would be awesome. Bam, 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 bam. But anyway, they move over from that. It looks like it's going to be Shrek. That's what they have. And
you're skipping the thing that's right in between James Bond and
a roller coaster. Yeah, and that looks like it's going to be part of Jurassic World. I don't know why I skipped that.
Oh, I don't think it's a part of Jurassic World.
You think it's going to be part of Bond?
No, I think it's Wicked.
Oh, because it's green?
Yeah. That's what it was implied from the from Twitter and YouTube land. I'm gonna stick with that theory because there ain't nothing else that could scheme that's out there to be like, okay, it's something totally different. I think it's gonna be Wicked.
If oh man, could be, but I could also see it also just being part of Jurassic World.
At that point, Jurassic Park's going to take up 1/3 of the whole of this park.
It does for islands.
I would disagree on that.
I don't know. It's also kind of does look a little very Islands of Adventure, doesn't it? With the lake and stuff wrapping around.
Yeah, I don't get what these people in their bodies of water.
You really do hate the bodies of water, man.
just fill it in and put something else in it. Dude, you could straight up put 3 different lands in there. If you think about it, if you just fill it in, you don't need all this extra body of water.
They do, man. They do need it. All right.
Let alone for a country that's predominantly cold.
True.
You don't need that body. Oh, this is just you're gonna make that park extra cold.
What they should do, at least drop me a boat ride and like to get me across. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
anyway, so it looks like from the concept art,
miss me with all that body of water right there.
Yeah, you're not a fan of the body of water stuff. I mean, can you imagine if Disney filled in all their bodies of water and how much more space they'd have?
Dude, Disney would dominate.
Can you imagine Epcot? Just the amount of space for activities that they would have. It's like I want to walk directly from Spaceship Earth to America. Okay.
Oh my God! Yes, you get it now. Epcot should fill in their
straight through, baby.
Epcot should fill in that body of water.
Straight Spaceship Earth to American Adventure, straight through, baby. Like just no, I ain't trying to go through Mexico or Canada. I want to go straight to that. That's your mindset right there. Yeah, disclaimer, I don't hate bodies of water. I quite enjoy the bodies of water. So don't chop my head off for it.
Oh my God. Y'all better hope I don't ever become a CEO of the Disney parks.
It'd be the driest parks in the world, bro. Driest. There'd be no water. There wouldn't even be water fountains.
No water rides.
No water allowed. No dinosaurs. Nothing. Oh boy. But well, let's keep going. It looks so from the looks of it, 2 major roller coasters, and then you swing over and it looks like Shrek and Illuminations Land. It looks like they're probably just gonna tie those together. But
we don't think it would just be a DreamWorks land.
I'm assuming that isn't Illuminations DreamWorks.
I mean, I think these days they're kind of one of the same. These days, I don't know if they merge or they one acquired the other. Yeah, so I'm not totally sure, but basically it's implied to be DreamWorks Illumination. Oh wait, idiots! That's Minions. It's Minions Land.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I hear some guy. So the guy that wrote this one out put Shrek.
Yeah, I think it's what that roller coaster is supposed to be a Minions roller coaster.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because apparently, Minions sells these days.
And then, like I'd touch more on that, but I kind of have a feeling it's going to be similar to what we got at Florida with when they redid that whole Woody Woodpecker area. So I'm assuming it's going to be similar to that, alongside the beginning, the front part of the park where they have like Minion Blast and all that stuff. But this guy put Jaws down here, and I'm trying to figure it out. Like, are they really gonna build an Amity land and put a Jaws ride? Because it doesn't look like there's space for that.
I'm gonna do a take, and maybe this might be worth. You know what? We'll save this for next video. But here's my question to you, and I want you to think about it. Was Gringotts worth tearing down for Jaws?
I can answer that fairly quickly. I think so.
You think it was worth it?
Yeah, in the sense of that you got an entire land out of it. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Gringotts the ride in comparison to Jaws the ride, no. But when you take the land itself, I think yeah, I think it's a winner.
I would disagree with you.
Although caveat, never been on Jaws, so I can't. I have
been on Jaws.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen videos. I've seen many of POV, but I've only done the Hollywood week version of it, where it's just a shark jumping at you. But I have never done the whole boat ride version of it, which I'm hoping to do in Japan.
One day I hope to be a time traveler, and I can travel back in time to where I can ride King Kong, the dark ride.
Yeah,
I could go do Terminator. I can also go do Jaws.
Man, Terminator was the best. Dude. Super. But yeah, so I don't know. This last part of the concept art, I don't know what it would be. Somebody wrote here Jaws. I don't see it, but who knows?
Nah, I don't see Jaws. Oh, so there was one thing that's here's the debate is the Harry Potter and the Lord of the Rings. Because we know that every major Universal park has Harry Potter because Harry Potter does really well. Well,
Yeah.
well, the issue with Britain is the Warner Brothers has a studio that's dedicated to Harry Potter over there. That's not too far.
Yeah,
So
it's
if
definitely
Universal was to put something Harry Potter there, does it take away from the Warner Brothers lot that people could go to?
yeah, they're definitely not doing Harry Potter there, and Warner Brothers is the reason why.
And it's been implied that they might do Lord of the Rings there.
That would be cool.
So it's also been implied too that Lord of the Rings could also come to Epic Universe. That is still very much. I guess they are having conversations with. I think it's the Tolkien, who owns the rights to Lord of the Rings.
Is it that I think so? Is Lord of the Rings the one that's split up by like 5 people? Like there's like
I
5.
think there's a major. I think it's Tolkien that owns the rights to it.
Yeah.
But they're very protective of the IP.
Okay.
And apparently, I mean, there's. I know there has been conversations. So I wouldn't be shocked if you did see Lord of the Rings at Great Britain, because it would probably fill that Harry Potter niche, you know, as a part that's the thing that gets you over the top, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the ongoing talk is Harry Potter more than likely is not going to touch this park, and the reason being is because of Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I kind of I never thought it would, if especially even from the first inklings that they would put a park there. My thought process went to like, there's no way that Warner Brothers would ever allow them to put that.
And the crazy part is, it would fit like a glove.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, it would fit really well. But yeah, I don't see Lord of the Rings. I don't see Warner Brothers going for that. Unless they got a big payday from Universal.
Yeah, there's no way. I don't think it's ever popping in there. It would take too much away from Warner Brothers.
Yeah, the only other way I could possibly see it is if you were to add it, like in a way, you make it like a multi, like a combo pack or something like that. You know, like you try to sell both together. I can see that potentially working.
Yeah,
you know, like hey, because okay, here's the next question I was gonna say. Could you see them possibly doing like a tram tour at Universal?
If I'm at the one in UK,
yeah.
No. Are they building studio?
I don't think so, but you know,
I don't think they would. You think they would do it like how Disney Studios did it, or MGM Studios did it? I don't know. I just don't think. No, I think they want to keep that exclusive to Hollywood. It's the only thing we got going for us, man.
True. Well, yeah, that's I'm overall for the concept art and just the announcing a Universal over in the Great Britain area. I'm excited for them, and I'm excited myself. It's a park I definitely would like to experience. When we went to London, I would say it's about close to 2 years ago. We had such a good time. We were like, oh yeah, this is a place we'll be back. Because there's just so much to explore in like Europe and stuff like that. If you're going to Great Britain for whatever reason, for me these days it's wrestling. Why not add on an extra day to go to a theme park? Or, like I said, if I'm in the London area, I'm going to Disneyland Paris as well. So,
yeah. Well, you have anything else on this UK Universal Park?
nope.
Want to move on to the huge mic drop announcement from what was yesterday?
Yeah.
Well, Disney drops a bomb on us, and they pretty much announced that they're going to be building their 7th theme park resort. So it's more. How many theme parks total now? Is that going to be number? Is that number 16, 17? But it's their 7th resort. So they've announced that they're going to be building a resort in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, Yas Island, which is quickly becoming the theme park capital of the world. For people that don't realize, they have a ton of theme parks in Dubai right now, which including a brand new Six Flags park that they're about to build, and they have the world's fastest roller coaster at the moment, which is going to be a record broken by themselves as they're building the new fastest and tallest roller coaster in the world. So they're quickly becoming the new age Orlando. It's pretty wild. So yeah, Disney is gonna build a park in Abu
But
Dhabi,
there should be some what's the word I'm looking for? Let's put an asterisk with it. Disney is building the park,
right?
But it's not owned by Disney.
No, it's going to be the similar situation to Japan, where the Oriental Land Company owns the parks, but Disney just gets creative freedom, basically.
Exactly.
It's essentially like, hey, here's a blank check, build us the coolest crap you can possibly build us.
It will be their version. It will be the Middle East version of Tokyo Sea.
And I would imagine, based on just this very, very early loose concept art, it's gonna be wild. I don't even know. There's so much money in Dubai, so much money in that part of the world, that they're gonna build something ridiculous. I can already see it. My only question is, are they gonna build, because that they have very harsh weather out there? Is it gonna be outdoors?
So, if you look at the concept art, there was a lot of things that had almost looked like massive stadiums.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of it's gonna be indoors.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Which is all right. So here's my initial opinion of this park going to Abu Dhabi. I'm very lukewarm on it. And the only reason why I'm lukewarm on it is because Disney and Abu Dhabi don't have the same
political views.
Yeah. And so it almost kind of feels like, and this might be crazy for me to say. It's like, okay, you're taking blood money in a way.
Hey, we're wrestling fans. WWE does it every year, so
it's not hating on Abu Dhabi. Is there a place one day I would like to go? I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
And this is where, if I had to say maybe, it's because, do I feel like I'm going to be overall safe there? Where it's where my what I get a little worried about. I know a lot of people say they get nervous about, how would it be for Shanghai? I'm probably not as nervous going to Shanghai. I'd probably be a lot more nervous going to try to visit this park.
Oof,
the reason being is because of the political views. I know for Disney, they have a huge representation of, with the LGBTQ community, where that does not fly over in Abu Dhabi.
So, talking to a buddy who went recently, that was about a year and a half ago, went to Ferrari World, did IMG Land, and did Warner Brothers, the indoor park, and SeaWorld. Apparently the SeaWorld out there is stunning. It's all indoors. Talking to them.
They have an indoor SeaWorld?
Yeah, they have an indoor SeaWorld.
I'm about to go. I'm about to go watch a video on this.
It's pretty wild.
Okay, but go ahead.
So he was telling me he had gone. So he was in the army, and he had to go to Kuwait, and they would go to Dubai constantly as like a way to get. It was kind of like a Vegas for them. He said 10 years ago, yeah, it's an issue. There's a lot of things that part of the world was very, very closed off to. However, they said now with they realizing the tourism dollars are just massive for them, that they've just kind of gone. They've kind of just like looked the other way now. There's you can go drink, you can go do whatever you want as long as you're in those areas. You're 100% okay. Like it does not feel like you're in a very conservative, strict foreign country. Where I've heard in Shanghai, it's kind of really like they don't like the fact that you videotape outside of Disney. They don't like getting to Shanghai is a whole weird thing.
So here's my thing about going to Shanghai. If I'm going to Shanghai, I'm staying at a Disney hotel, and I'm not leaving the Disney property unless I'm going to the airport.
Right. But then going back to what he said about Abu Dhabi and just Dubai in general, it's way more laid back than people realize. It's not what it was 10 years ago. It's not what it was 15 years ago, where they were very closed off to just people, just especially Western culture. Now it's a lot more open-minded. It's a lot. They realize that, hey, it's an asset for us, like tourism is an asset for us. So there's definitely a lot more open-mindedness that happens in Dubai. I actually just saw a video of Coaster Studios, who went recently to Dubai, and Sarah, who's on Coaster Studios, talking about how she did not feel any type of like how would I say it? She didn't feel any different, basically. She dressed how she wanted. She said what she wanted, acted how she wanted. She said it felt very normal, very much like they were still in the United States. Obviously, there's parts of Abu Dhabi and that part of the world that you probably shouldn't wander off to, but there's a lot of tourism, and they're very much way more open-minded now than they were 10 years ago.
So I will, to go what you say with that, I would agree with you on that. I did work for this one insurance company for my time that I was there, and one of their big things is if you sold enough policies, they were actually going to send you to Abu Dhabi for like their big convention or something like that. And like I do believe that it's like you said, it's a Vegas 2.0. You're gonna get that luxurious, lifestyle and stuff like that. But at the same time, with a conscience, it's like, man, I still know that Disney and Abu Dhabi at the end of the day, yeah, are they willing to do business with one another? Yeah, if you write somebody a paycheck, a blank paycheck, and they'll be like, yeah, we'll build you a park. But at the end of the day, does it feel genuine? Is the question, and I don't know if it does.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to feel like Disneyland, but it'll definitely feel grand. Dubai does things in a scale that are just ridiculous. I think you almost have to look at it as maybe not being a Disney park,
but it is.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is it's not. It's gonna be so grand and so ridiculous that you're gonna have to go see it.
What's the are women in Dubai? Do they cover up like locals?
Locals do, yeah. If you're a tourist, they don't make you do any of that.
So for instance, let's say they do meet and greets. Are they gonna have Cinderella in her just regular attire, or are they gonna change her up?
I highly doubt they'll have Cinderella. It's what I'm saying. Like, it's gonna be Disney, but it's not. It's gonna be very. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that you're gonna be like, this is different. Like, obviously,
so they're gonna be the black.
We watch wrestling, right?
They're gonna be the black sheep of of the Disney parks then, huh?
You know what? I wouldn't say that. I think people just need a real Dubai the United Emirates is a lot more open-minded, I think, now, especially with building stuff from the western part of the world. And I think they're just okay with different cultures now. I wouldn't say everybody there is, but I'm just saying the people that are building this stuff, they're just kind of like, yeah, we're making a ton of money off of it. So just, dress how you want, basically, is what, I think it's gonna be a lot more seamless than people think. And
so
they're only progressing. Like, put it this way, they're only progressing, and this is what, 10 years away from being done. This is gonna be, by that time, it might be even less of an issue.
I also read a Twitter post that said that, a lot of times they say that, oh yeah, we're gonna open this Marvel theme park, or we're gonna open Universal Dubai, and it never happens. So what's the chances of this not happening?
Disney, I don't know if Disney announced. I mean, Disney does do this sometimes, but if Disney put out concept art and blue sky stuff, I think there's a good chance it's going to happen. But yes, you're right. There have been times where there have been parks that have been rumored to open and never did out in Dubai. It just didn't happen. The Six Flags park is taking forever. The Six Flags park was announced like 8 years ago, and they're still in the building process of it.
Yeah,
who knows if this is still going to go through?
Weren't they going to do a Universal in Dubai?
I think so. I think they bought a plot of land. Actually,
SeaWorld fell through.
Took forever to do. Yeah, I think it fell through.
So I know that before Marvel became Disney, I know they were going to open up a Marvel theme park there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when Marvel got bought by Disney, it kind of got killed.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
There's a lot of stuff down there. I don't know if have you ever seen the list of theme parks that they have out there? It's wild. It's a lot.
So you would actually want to go to that park?
I'd want to go to Dubai in general, just to go.
Yeah.
If it's as grand as this concept art, yeah, I definitely want to go see it.
I mean, I'm never gonna hear back from my buddy Brian ever again.
Bro, I look like I'm from there. What are you talking about? I will just blend in. I'm fine. I'm just take a couple. My wife might not come with me, but I'll be fine.
I guess too. I could probably blend in too, right?
Bro, we show up together, bro. We just stay with brothers, man. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. But yeah, it looks interesting.
I could be Dominican real quick.
Hey, papi, papi.
Yeah, dude, it is crazy how many times when I worked at Disney, how many people just start speaking Spanish to me, and I'm like, this is awkward.
Yeah.
What do I say here?
Imagine being Mexican in LA. Oh man, but I don't really want to. I mean, we can look at this concept art a little closer, but I don't really think anything. This is.
I don't think they. I didn't hear anything. I can, if you want. I always like doing this. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go on my Twitter, and I can read some Twitter posts. So this is something that I brought up for a company that supposedly supports the LGBT plus. Building a theme park in Dubai is certainly a choice. That's something that's a little. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's opportunity, and there's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. You know what I mean? It's I don't know. I guess you would wish the companies that you love had a little more backbone, but dude, it's just a lot of money to pass up. WWE does it all the time. It's just hard to pass up that money.
With over 120 million passengers traveling through Abu Dhabi and Dubai each year, Disney's new park has the potential to upend Magic Kingdom as the most visited theme park in the world. By comparison, 57 million passengers traveled to Orlando International in 2024.
The difference there is 57 million people go directly to the parks. So
True.
in Dubai, it's more of a generalization. There's a lot more to do there.
Disney's building its 7th theme park in Abu Dhabi. Set on Yas Island, the tech-forward resort will feature indoor-outdoor attractions and will be fully funded by the Mural Entertainment Group.
Yeah, they are the ones that are they're building Orlando to the next level. This is next level Orlando, basically, what they're building out
there. All right. Yeah, man, I feel very lukewarm about the whole idea. Not gonna lie to you. Like, I don't know. I want to feel more excited, but just again, just
how... I think you got to look past it in terms of what that country's culture is like. Because if you're gonna go to Shanghai's a dictatorship. There's a lot of bad things that China does, and I don't know. I don't think they're too far away from what stuff that they do in Dubai and Abu Dhabi and stuff like that. I just think when you're going to places like that, you got to look at it as as its own entity, not so much you're going to this country, So it's tough, man. I don't know. I feel like there's more conservative states here in this country than Abu Dhabi is. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about all that. I feel like I could chill in Mississippi.
I was just say, you ever been to Alabama, man?
I mean, there's black people that live in Alabama.
That's true. Roll Tide. I don't know, man. I feel like there's Abu Dhabi is such a vacation destination now that I just don't think any of this stuff matters. Maybe if you start wandering off to the outskirts, perhaps. Don't know how it works out there, but I've heard stories that it's just 100 times different than what it used to be 10 years ago. 10 years ago, it was it still is a developing country. They're doing a lot, but it was a point. It got to a point where like locals don't really wander into Dubai as much. So it's more of a tourist thing. And I think, obviously it being tourism, people are coming from different parts of the world and they just naturally have to be open-minded. People are moving there to work. So it's not even like you're getting locals working there. You're getting people that are basically from other parts of the world working there.
I will say did they do the they did the drone show with the announcement of and it has Cinderella's castle.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, that looked pretty cool. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
We need more drone shows. I think
drone shows should be the future of entertainment. Not saying that it should replace fireworks.
No,
fireworks are great, but drone shows, it should be just an added element.
Yeah,
because when I was out in Paris, that's one thing they did very well was when they added drones with the fireworks show, and they did a very good job with that.
Although I wouldn't doubt if they did start moving over from fireworks to drones. I would assume it's going to end up being a lot cheaper down the line.
Oh, most definitely, it would be more cheaper to do drones than fireworks. So what I know is I think Disney is still trying to figure out how can they incorporate drones in their U.S. parks, because you always get the testing at Disney Springs. When they did that drone show at Disney Springs, it was very nice. I can see a lot of people getting in a lot of accidents driving that way because you can see it and you just want to watch it, but traffic and all that. I think it would work better in the parks. But the thing is, so my question is, how can you make that work at Animal Kingdom?
Right.
If you could figure out how to make that work at Animal Kingdom, I think that'd be the perfect park for it.
It's hard because drones make noises, and the animal aspect of that park is what makes it very difficult for them, for one, to stay open late, and 2, have any type of nighttime show.
Or they can't do a roller color like show at Animal Kingdom.
I think that's possible. They have the facilities for it.
Like,
they have
I
the lake
feel like
and the stadium there.
Where Rivers Light is, that's perfect.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I don't know.
Or even a water parade, going through the park. Like a water nighttime parade. That would
Brother,
be cool.
they could do a nighttime parade and it would work.
But I mean, like, they have the waterways, so it's not like you're crowding up your walkways. You're just kind of like, you have that whole area over there by Nemo, like you go sit in the stadium and then you have like all the waterways. Like I think that'd be really cool.
Like, we could do something, over at the rivers, maybe even tie it with Avatar, with like the biotech and stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like, I get some barges out there. I think that would look beautiful at night.
That park would be just awesome at night. I think, again, the animal stuff is what makes
Bro,
it.
they tried it. They did do a good effort with the whole nighttime safaris. You didn't really see a whole lot because most of the time the animals are sleeping, but it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
I think Disney slowly wants to get things back to later times.
Yeah.
I think they're just waiting for, like, certain things have to go into play, right? Mm-hmm. So I think Magic Kingdom is waiting on the parade. Once the parade knocks off, then I think you're gonna get late time hours back into Magic Kingdom. All right. Animal Kingdom, I think we're waiting on Indiana Jones to open, and I think we're waiting on the Encanto attraction to open. Then I think they'll be like, all right, let's take another stab at Nighttime Animal Kingdom, because we also got to look at too what's going on next year. Next year we're getting another D23. I would like to think Disney would like to announce some new stuff. You know, it doesn't have to be new attractions. It could very well just be new entertainment.
Yeah.
And so I think you're gonna get more updates on whatever things that they announce. But I think they're gonna also want to announce new shows with it. If I'm a betting man, I think Animal Kingdom would make a lot of sense. Just like, hey, let's give it a second. We have all this land right here that we're not doing nothing with. Let's add a nighttime show with it. Whether if it's a parade, whether it's a water show. I do think a drone show is probably highly unlikely. It would be cool.
Yeah.
Probably highly unlikely, though.
I just don't think anything that makes any noise in the sky is likely.
Would a drone show work then at Hollywood Studios?
Yeah, 100%. I think Hollywood Studios is the one that really needs that type of event, like that type of show. The last time we were there, the time before that, they had a fireworks show. It was a Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
And it was cool. It was fine. But like that park would definitely would. They have the room for it. They have the area for it. I think that'd be a perfect.
You think they could try to figure out maybe a Star Wars drone show?
That would be cool. I see stuff like that would be perfect, especially at that park. I think because you have your obviously the rides at that park are heavy hitters, all of them. They're all e-ticket attractions basically. But once you do them, you're done for the day. Kind of Hollywood Studios to me is lacking in a lot. But they also, you got to think about it, they have Fantasmic.
Oh, so I would say no. Don't you dare disrespect my Fantasmic.
Yeah. So they also have Fantasmic, and it's just
which is now the better version.
Yeah, by default. that just means it just like we went to the worst one just became the best one, meaning we're regressing here.
Okay. Well, it kind of bums me that they just don't want to they don't want to fix the dragon.
Yeah. I don't know what the whole deal.
They should fix the dragon.
They need to fix
otherwise don't do the show.
Yeah, I mean it's still fairly popular. There's still people that watch, but I don't want to sit there and watch it without the damn dragon. It's the best part of the whole show.
Exactly.
It's like when Kobe retired. I didn't want to go to Laker games.
Or can they do can they do another reimagining of Fantasmic, maybe with something else?
It might be time. It might be time. The California does it. They actually do it quite often. They reimagine it, whether it's the pirate ship with Peter Pan into Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff like that. So I could see them doing something different, an ending that's a little more grand. Man, that dragon was so cool.
All right, I have a better idea, and maybe this is how we'll end the show for today. They should just fill in that body of water, man.
All right, and that'll do it for this episode of the Wildest Ride Podcast. Oh boy, if you touch that Rivers of America, there will literally be a riot. Literally be riot.
Oh, dude, there ain't nothing cool there. Just fill it in.
Oh yeah,
dude. We could think about it. We could put a whole nother land there.
You realize there were protests when they decided to shorten the Rivers of America, right? You imagine them trying to take it out?
Oh, that's just because California is very liberal, bro. They'll protest about anything.
Say, bring back the packets of ketchup. We don't want the pumps.
Bring back the plastic straws. If there was anything I could go for, I would rather do a plastic straw than a paper straw.
I got a hack for people that are going to Disneyland. You guys want to hear the hack? Earl Sandwich has plastic straws.
Do they really?
Yeah, they don't have plastic straws. They have that plastic, like the recyclable plastic, but it's still 100 times better than the paper straws. So,
I just think it's silly that I have to go somewhere. Okay, I literally have to go across Disney, downtown Disney to go get a straw.
What are you talking about? You get off the tram. First thing you do, forget the coffee. First thing you do is you go get the straws from Earl Sandwich, and then you go get your coffee and drink it with the plastic straw, and you'll be a happy camper throughout the day.
That's something that we really need. What can we get rid of where plastic straws could be welcome back?
Turtles. Gotta get rid of turtles.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. People like turtles more than straws in California. So, no, I just think the plastic straws, I think the ones that that Earl Sandwich have are perfect. They're biodegradable, but they still feel like plastic straws. So, Disney, just get those because I'm tired of my straw evaporating into my coffee. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty annoying. Pretty annoying.
Do you have anything else for us before we get out of here?
No, just continue to watch the channel, please. That's it.
Yeah, I have nothing else.
We have stuff coming up. It looks like there's a good chance that I'm gonna be in Vegas for the opening of that HHN event. So
okay. Well, yeah, I already got my tickets, so I'll be there.
For sure.
And apparently I got my hotel already too.
Perfect. That works. And that's my birthday weekend, so I might end up celebrating my birthday.
Unfortunately, due to finances, as much as I would want to, I'm not going to be able to make it for the 70th anniversary to Disneyland.
Which is a bummer, but we will still fully cover that thing because I will be there from day to night. So
yeah, I believe me, I try to make it work. It's just there's not enough money going about in my business to where I can make that work and then go to London at the same time. It was either or, and luckily when you share a room with somebody, you kind of have to prioritize them. So
yeah,
sadly, had to prioritize that one.
No, it's definitely a choice that sucks, but
But I will say, with that being said, I think what we're gonna do instead is now I'm going to San Diego Comic-Con. I'm going to stay the whole week in California, and my wife will now get to come, and she's never done Paint the Night.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be wild. I mean, the good thing is that the 70th celebration is gonna go on for a little while, so you're definitely gonna have time to see everything.
Exactly. So I want we're gonna do it in a way that my wife so she can see everything. So I think Sucky that I don't get to go opening weekend. I think it actually kind of works out better that way. So she can now come and she could do paint the night and she could see all the other new stuff as well.
Yeah.
And we're gonna try. I'm a D23 member, and I know on the events they've been selling a bit tour for at the Walt Disney Studios. So I'm hoping that's a week that they're doing that, and we're gonna try to do the Walt Disney Studio tour.
Okay.
And she's never done the Warner Brothers tour, so we're gonna take her to the Warner Brothers lot, and I sucks that I don't get to do it, but it just means we're just gonna add on probably maybe 2 more days to our San Diego trip,
which is cool. And if you want, I have a bring a friend pass to SeaWorld if you guys want to do SeaWorld while you guys are in San Diego.
Nice. Is it different from Orlando?
It's very different from Orlando's, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it might be worth checking out. Yeah, cause I've never been to San Diego. Period.
Oh, San Diego's a nice city, man. It's
I hear everybody tells me that San Diego's nicer than L.A.
Yeah, it's a very nice city. The city is beautiful. It's a great place to be, and it's basically the best Mexican food you can get outside of Mexico. So
I was waiting to hear the but.
But the Padres are from there, and it makes it terrible. That's the but. But anyway,
other than that, I don't really have anything. I did see one small thing that I think tickets for HHN are about to start to go on sale.
Yeah. So now that I'm a platinum pass holder again, I'm getting HHN Hollywood for free. So that will open it up for me to possibly try to make a trip out to Orlando.
Do you just get a day, or you get, or is it included?
No, I just get a day. I don't get like frequent fee.
Oh, but you only go out there for a day, huh?
Yeah, because it's the one in Hollywood. Like I think it's okay. It's fun.
So they got the LA Comic Con in the fall, and it does fall in the time period of doing HHN in LA. And I still do need to do it because I want to do the Terror Tram. I don't know, something about hopping off a tram sounds cool to me. And I talked to a buddy, and we think that we could possibly do it makes sense to do like a little mini meetup for that. And I would still like to do Knott's Scary Farm.
Oh, that would be fun.
And even though I do think Mickey's Not So Scary is the superior party, I did have a good time at Oogie Boogie's. And I would like to do Oogie Boogies again. And I know in the past there was rumors, take it with a grain of salt, a big grain of salt actually, that they would try to do like an HHN version, like of houses at Oogie Boogies.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
Not saying like it's on like a scary version, because they had something similar over at Asia where they did have like a house that you could go into and stuff like that. And I think it don't have to be scary, but it could be cool. You know?
Yeah. I think California Adventure has areas where they could probably pull that off. I think they have sound stages. So yeah, they could definitely pull that off.
Yeah, you don't have to, maybe it could be a little bit more on the eerie, creepy side. Like, okay, think about like, and this is a good example, what they're doing at FanFest. What if you were to go through telling Snow White? You know?
Bring back Snow White Scary Adventures.
Yeah, but now you get to see what with actors.
That'd be fun. That'd be
or what about with Hercules, Hades?
It was literally the first thing I thought of right now when you said that. So yeah, that'd be
cool. With FanFest, I think it now opens up for both. Disney can copy.
Yeah,
you could do so much stuff to make your after hours events cooler. You know?
Yeah. No, I definitely agree.
Hell, you could even do Nightmare Before Christmas with Oogie Boogie.
No, they already have that in the Haunted Mansion, and you guys can have that if you want in Orlando. I hate it.
But it's just something. It's something worth to think about. I think you could do that, and I think even though the tickets are already selling out, it would be an instant sellout if you did that. Because people are going to be interested and intrigued.
You know what I appreciate about Orlando? I went on Halloween this past year, and I got to ride the Haunted Mansion in its normal version on Halloween. It was the best thing ever.
Dude, I don't know why you hate your Halloween version of Haunted Mansion. I would take that in a heartbeat.
I'm going to give you a quick reason. It's always crowded, and it's not as great.
It's better than regular Haunted Mansion.
Oh, child.
It's so much better than regular Haunted Mansion.
You know what? You guys can have it. Congratulations. Here you go.
I would take that in a heartbeat.
You're welcome. I still think your idea of Muppets going in there would be awesome, but yeah, no, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't. It's not. I just play. I just play it like I hate it, but it's okay.
Oh,
I just prefer. I really honestly prefer the normal version.
Speaking of Muppets, I think the Villain Show opens up next month, so I'll go check that out.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Other than that, I have nothing else.
Nor do I. So we'll just take it on home from here.
Sounds good to me.
With that being said, that'll do it for this episode of the Wildest Ride podcast. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next one.
Take care, everybody.